Close your eyes. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. That's just the song that's in my head this Monday. Because I feel like being in the world of pure imagination. It is Monday. It is Monday, November 16th. Amazingly enough, we've got it this far. We've made it this far in the year. And we've got about a month and a half left, I believe. This is the Savannah Performance Project, The Interview, episode number 92. 92. Wow, we've been doing this a while. And I think I've grown. I hope you have too. I feel warm and giddy inside right now. Because earlier today, I didn't know if I was going to have an episode or not. And so I sat down with a good friend of mine, and we had a brief conversation. And this gentleman, he pushed me. He pushed me. And I thank God that he pushed me. Because otherwise, I would have to pack boxes. That's right. And I didn't want to do that. I do not like packing boxes, let me tell you. But I've got a lot of boxes here, and a lot of them have been packed. Here's an empty one right here. This one hasn't even been put together. Just as a, we've got some that are over there. We got this thing right here. This little box. Just throw that over there. Because what do we need boxes for? I just want to take a minute real quick and talk to you about the Savannah Performance Project and what we are and what we do and who we are and why we are. I started this back 2 years ago because I wanted to promote local performance. That was the main thing. Get people to put their eyes in front of local talent, local performers, and boost the Savannah environment as much as I could in the theatrical performing arts. And I hope I've done something. I hope I have. In the meantime, I created a calendar of events, and I have just recently started putting events back on that calendar as people have figured out different ways that they can perform in front of small audiences, outside, masked, socially distanced, safe, while we sit and wait for this weird time to be over with. So just real quickly, I just wanted to show you the calendar and show you that we do have quite a few events on here that are open to the public safely and distinguishedly. Yeah. And also a couple of features that I have opened up on the Savannah Performance Project calendar, in the fact that if you have an event and that event has Eventbrite ticketing. Now, I don't get any money from them or anything, but if it has Eventbrite ticketing, then you can go straight to finding tickets from our website, which is really pretty cool. I haven't been able to get it to work with any other ticketing platforms, but Eventbrite, you can buy your tickets straight from our website, which I think is pretty cool. And eventually, when we have all these performances happening and it's open up to the world, you can come to the Savannah Performance Project and buy your tickets for all those massively entertaining events. That being said, a lot of these events are taking place in venues that are large and able to occupy more people at a safe distance. But what about those small places? What about those smaller type venues that can't exist right now because of the very nature of this despicable virus? Yes, I said despicable. Well, I'm going to talk to somebody about that right now and what solutions we can come up with. And that man is a dear, dear friend of mine. He did not get a charcuterie board, unfortunately, this time because we packed them all away and our shipping license expired. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I can bring him out of that box. Ryan McCurdy.
Boxes, there's boxes everywhere, Chris.
Yes, sorry.
I was opening them. I was looking for the mustard and the ham, but I didn't find anything.
Yeah. I packed the stone ground mustard specifically is hiding in some box somewhere, and I haven't been able to find it.
When I was little, I didn't understand what stone ground mustard was. I thought that it was that someone had taken like yellow mustard and taken stones and just like repeatedly just grinded it in. So I thought that the texture was actual dirt, and I wouldn't eat it until I was 35.
It's not unlike dirt.
It's actually no, you really don't like stone ground mustard.
No, I love stone ground
Okay.
mustard. I'm not saying that it tastes like dirt. I'm just maybe the consistency is like a muddy, dirty clod sort ofness.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm the friend you were talking about. I was in the green room and I was listening to your introduction, and I was like, I'm that friend.
You are.
I'm that person that you were just talking about. Yeah.
That's so true. You are. Most certainly, you are a dear virtual friend of mine now. We have met at least once in person.
Yes, which is important for the audience to know that this is not a relationship that has been merely forged on the internets.
Right. There was the one time,
Yeah.
and I did walk up to you and say, "You're Ryan McCurdy, aren't you?" And you said, "Yes, I am." And then again another time. I think I was maybe twice. I think twice.
Both times, my question to you was, why are you sitting in the back seat of that police car?
Well, these things happen. I stole one too many charcuterie trays because I just love them so much.
They're good. How you doing, Chris?
So I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than average. Let's say that. I have to admit to that. And I've said it many times. I feel blessed at this time because I have been able to do things that many people cannot right now, who are not able to do their job that they love so much. So yeah, I feel blessed. As yourself, you are not able to do what you truly love right now, which is being in front of people on a stage. So my heart goes out to you and everyone else. But we make do. We go on.
And your calendar looks really good.
Oh, thank you very much. And there are often there's a lot of virtual events on there now, which I think is intriguing. And maybe some people we know might have some virtual events soon. I don't know. What do you know?
Well, Chris, that's why I wanted to come on the show tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How?
it's like, well, and for those that are watching that think this is just some like histrionic sort of like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip kind of. We just got the permission to tell people about this about 20 minutes ago.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Well, I liked when you segued into introducing me in the box by suggesting that some venues in Savannah that have compressed spatial awareness are having to hold tight a little bit. So I guess, so three things. We started. It's actually you were the inspiration, Chris, for Savannah Rep to start their show called On Stage Off, which I host almost every week.
Yep.
And we have not done nearly as many episodes as you have because we started much later, and we also don't do them as frequently as you were doing them in the early days. But we've had a good time. But I'll say this that a silver lining for my friends, but not necessarily for me. It's getting harder to book the show On Stage Off because people are slowly starting to get back to work. Like some of my TV friends are shooting TV shows again. Some of my theater friends are starting to, go back into pre-production. So it's been getting harder to book guests because people are saying they're busy, which is great.
Yeah.
There was a period there where everyone literally had nothing to do. But what we've decided to do is have community takeovers of On Stage Off. And the first one is this Friday at 5 Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m., not 5 a.m. Please don't do that. And our very own Odd Lot Improv, Savannah's own extraordinary, are going to come on and do an hour of short form, much in the vein of what they were doing earlier in the pandemic. They had ceased for a while, as it is very hard to schedule and very hard to coordinate, but they are coming back to do one under the On Stage Off banner on Friday, which I'm excited about.
That's great. That's On Stage Off Odd Lots.
Odd Lots. And And you know, obviously, they were the first. They were my first thought. I was like, I wrote Chris immediately. I was like, I wanna trade off doing the interview format with some community takeovers. Can we do this? He said yes, of course. But I'd like to open it up to all the companies of Savannah, much like you yourself are preaching this unity. I would love to offer my hour up as often as possible to companies that are interested. So just let me know if you are out there and you have a company.
Everyone is everyone who watches my show, which is numerous, as many as 2.
Yep.
Please tell your friends that are in the performance community that On Stage Off is open to your own community to host and develop content and have a lovely time.
Well, that sounds good, the way you said it just then.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's great. Yeah. And let's see. I can put a link to your Facebook page, I'm sure. Let's put that in there. And that would be...
Shout out to Jen Bishop, who maintains the page beautifully and has been taking such good care of it during the pandemic.
She certainly does. She is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know that it ever occurred to us that there was going to be this period of time where the only thing you could see about the company was what was on the Facebook. But she has done such a beautiful job curating it, keeping it appropriate, keeping people aware and informed. She's just great. So.
Yes. Jen Bishop, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support and help. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm scrolling through your page now, and you mentioned earlier that you may have gotten some shapeliness to your hair recently.
As in like a haircut?
Yes. I didn't want to go there. I mean, because
shapeliness of my hair. What is this? The 1940s?
It is.
And then we cut away. Here's Ryan McCurdy coming down the stairs with some shapeliness to his hair.
Oh, he's just. I think you're like going to 1950s.
Is that what it? Yeah, I went to the wrong decade. What was I mean, everyone was too busy. Like 1940s, everyone was still like really, really jittery all the time. The 1940s was like dominated by war talk. Was the 50s when we started doing newsreels? I thought we had newsreels in the 40s too.
I think we had newsreels in the 40s. I think you're right. You're definitely right. And that was an appropriate newsreel voice for the 40s.
Thank you very much. What does your newsreel voice sound like, Chris?
Oh, very much the same.
Wait, you said you were scrolling through the Facebook page and you said that was it that you found a picture of me with more hair or less hair?
Yes, it was the On Stage Off from November 13th.
Oh,
you
boy.
had quite a bit of a lengthiness to your hair. I would say lengthiness concerning your hair, because you often have very short hair, I find.
That's true. Yes. So do you. So do you, Chris.
Yeah, I grow it out for certain occasions and shave it off for certain other occasions. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the world of theater?
You mean, for instance, when you play like certain roles?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of a role that requires a bald head. Bald head McGee from from the third version of Seussical. Now, Chris, you've done a Daddy Warbucks, haven't you?
I have, yes.
You shaved completely bald?
I shaved completely bald, and the great Les Taylor actually shaved my head. He won.
Really?
Yes, he won a contest to shave my head, and he was the last one to play that role at the theater where I played it, which is the Savannah Children's Theater.
Let's shout out to them. I had remembered Les's performance. That was while I was still in Savannah the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I had not realized that there was a competition. Could I have paid a certain sum of money to have shaved your head?
Yes, you could have.
And I guess
I didn't have this show platform back then, so maybe I need to do it again with this show and see how much money we can bring in for me shaving my head. Should I do? I hear no in the distant background.
What did Les
saying no in the distant background in my house?
Is it someone that you either contributed to the life of or you are married to?
Yes.
Okay. Is it both? Is it both people of those types?
It's well, I didn't hear the other one. The other one's probably watching TikTok right now. So
so it was your wife.
Yes, my wife.
Great. Fantastic.
She would not want me to shave my head again.
How much did Les pay?
I think Les came in right at around maybe $200. So
wow,
That was a pretty good contribution.
I was about to offer 150, and I thought I was going to be topping. I didn't realize I was going to be subpar with the offer.
Yeah. Les he's been a very good patron of the Savannah Children's Theater. So
less is more.
Yes, he is, as he often says.
He actually, did you see he played our what's it, Caldwell Cladwell or Cladwell Caldwell? I can't remember which, Caldwell Cladwell. He did our villain in Urinetown, which Jeff DeVincent directed a year of Indian Summers ago in 2009.
I did not see that one, no.
He was, his Don't Be the Bunny is indelibly marked as one of my favorite Savannah theater memories. So
he is quite a performer, that man.
Hope he's watching right now.
I'm sure he is. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I've said his name enough. Les Taylor.
The whole Taylor family. He will appear in my apartment, which is really weird. Angela Taylor, his daughter, fine artist as well.
Yes.
She is an artist who does fine arts. She is also a fine artist. These are things that are true. Can I say the second thing about?
Yes, please. He had. So everybody actually had two, maybe three announcements, but the second one is coming up now. Go ahead, sir.
Number 2, about what we're doing to continue to fill this strange void. Obviously, we have some great hope on the horizon. I mean, my Moderna stock tripled today, which was great. So we have some great news on the horizon about a vaccine, which we're excited about. In the meantime, we're still planning on some things that don't necessarily involve you at our space. So Monday is the day to look out for a big email push, the press release push, and it will be on our website starting on Monday, that what we are going to be doing for the next several months. And I want to tease one of the things that we're going to be offering, because two friends of the theater are going to have a digital reunion under the auspices of Savannah Rep. It is two friends of the theater. It is the first time that they have done a show together as a reunion of this show. The show was a big success on Broadway some years ago, and they were both Tony nominated for their performances. One of them won the Tony. I was astonished that they have not reunited to sing and talk about the show, but they're doing it for Savannah Rep, and we'll be telling you about it on Monday.
Oh, very cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a show that I love, and it's actually been a show that's been on our short list to produce for all 4 seasons, I think, of the company. So I'm excited that they're going to come play. That's number 2. That was the number 2 thing I came here to say.
I'm excited about that too. Unfortunately, I'm going to be closing on my house on Monday, so I cannot even talk about it then.
So you're not doing a show because you're going to be closing
next Monday. Yeah,
I'm the last show for 2 weeks.
Yes,
that's very exciting. I take that very seriously.
And the last show in this abode. So congratulations on that auspicious whatever. So number 3, let's talk about number 3.
So the next time that you do an SPP interviews, it will be backdrop number 6.
It will be backdrop number 89, I think. But
okay. Which one is this today?
This is probably, I think this is like either 8 or 9.
Great.
I think.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Mine is if you go back and look at all the other times I've been on this show, mine is the number 1. It's the one it's always been.
Yeah. You did have one other one though.
Was I on the roof?
No, you were. I think you were at a vacation area, maybe.
Oh, that's right. Oh, when you were on Stage Off.
Yes.
I was in Virginia. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you saw that there's an entire episode of On Stage Off where instead of commercials from the 80s, we showed the clip of you confusedly being on camera and going, what am I doing here? Huh? I don't know if you saw that. We showed the clip almost 5 times, and Eric Bishop, our technical director, was actually in the other room because I shot it at Savannah Rep, and every time I would play it, I would get a laugh from the theater. So the clip plays. The clip obviously plays.
That's great. I'm glad I could be your personal meme.
Yeah.
Number three. Let's go for number 3, folks.
You're a good meme. You know, John Mulaney has that creepy thing on SNL from time. The one where he becomes the uncle, he becomes the meme, and it's all these awful things that people are saying about him. We love you, Chris, as a meme. Number 3. So our friends at TBD, who's a producer here in New York, they had come up with this brilliant idea that our associate artistic director Nick Corley and I had been talking about a bunch. they had sort of perfected the idea while Nick and I were talking about doing it, which is that they created this beautiful piece of theater, or filmed theater, the Quintessential Christmas Carol. They created it with, A-list talent. It's a one-man production of the show, starring Jefferson Mays from I Am My Own Wife and Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. It is directed by Michael Arden, who directed Once on This Island's revival and the Spring Awakening revival. There's a picture there of the production, and Jefferson Mays and his many incarnations. So they had. Sorry, I'm right here. Don't worry, it's okay. So the producer and our friends at TBD had decided to offer the opportunity to regional theaters across the United States to be partners in this production, and put the press release out in their own communities, to embrace it on their own websites. But the whole purpose is that some percentage of the ticket sales generating from the zip codes of these theater companies goes back to the theater companies. It's this way of literally giving back to the entire country's worth of community, professional, semi-professional regional theaters. And Savannah Rep is really honored to be the Low Country's representative. We are South Georgia and North Florida's producing partner. So if you go to achristmascarollive.com, or you starting on Monday, it will be on our website as well, you can buy a ticket for this show. We will receive, I will say, a very generous portion of that ticket sale. And it's a really beautiful way. A lot of companies have jumped on. Actors Playhouse in Miami, who are friends of Savannah Reps. The Geffen, which is where the show originally was produced live, is now a producing partner of the digital version. La Jolla in California, lots of wonderful theaters. And the whole idea of it is that the whole country is going to watch this production from now until January. And when you buy your ticket, no matter which platform you use, or whether you use the ChristmasCarolLive.com or our particular theater ticketing site, they will track where it came from, where the sale came from, and Savannah Rep will benefit from that. So what I love is if people see this right now and they go, I need to see that show, I need to go, and they go and they buy it, we'll get that large amount of money. If they did not see this interview for some reason, but they still go buy a ticket and they live in Savannah, we will still get the money. And one of the things I think is a really wonderful way that they are giving back to the communities, to the United States as a theatrical community on a whole, is all of the unassociated zip codes, all of the places that tickets were bought that don't have a resident theater. At the end of the process, those will be tallied and divided across all the participating partners. It's the first time since I became the executive artistic director that someone presented something to me that literally had no catch. It was as good. It was as good of an offer as it's made out to be. Very great group of people making a great piece of theater. Broadway, obviously, it's Broadway quality, shot with incredible designers and a tour de force performance at the center. And Savannah Rep's really honored to be a part of it. So that's number 3.
That's amazing, and what a treat to start your holiday season, but to support local theater in that way.
Part of it was they wanted to choose theaters that couldn't necessarily stage their own, because we Savannah Rep did Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol, which is a fun spin on the original. We did it a couple seasons ago. I believe you were familiar with that production. Did you?
Yes, I did see that. Yes. We love Christmas Carol. It's a show that a lot of regional theaters do. We are unable to produce this holiday season. We're still waiting on our go-ahead from the union. So this is a really lovely way to bring a show that regional theaters love to do at the highest possible production level, but they're sharing in their cornucopia with us. So yes, and I believe you mentioned to me that if you have a 4K TV, you could take full advantage of this production.
It is the highest possible quality sound, the highest possible quality video. Yes, it's going to look good, it's going to sound good, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. So you mentioned the Geffen Theater a minute ago.
Yes, in Los Angeles.
So our good friend Allison Harris.
Hey,
Allison. She met her husband at the Geffen.
That's awesome. The Geffen got on the digital plane real fast. They were doing content very quickly. They have a whole team dedicated to it there. They're setting a really high bar for the rest of us.
Yeah.
They're a great company, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know Allison. Do I know Allison?
Allison is so she and her husband were big people at the Lucas back when.
Yes, I should then, because so like Ken Carter and that whole group.
Yes.
Like that era. Well,
before the SCAD time, yes, which is now.
Hashtag SCAD time.
Yeah. Hashtag SCAD time. Allison and her husband were big into that. Allison is actually she's a real estate agent here in town, but her husband was very much a part of the Lucas.
What's her husband's name?
David, I believe.
David, you believe?
I believe.
Is that the middle name? David, you
believe.
Jubilee. David, Jubilee. You believe. Jubilee.
Allison will forgive me if I got it wrong because I'm just pulling it out of my brain, which is sometimes missing. It may be over here sometimes. But
Molly was dead to begin with. That was a sneak
I got
preview.
it. I got it. That was nice. I saw the Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol starring Gerald Draper.
Yes.
And that was very, very good. I did enjoy it. With Savannah Repertory Theater. So nice that you can bring this little component back, without those actors, but certainly with an amazing actor.
Amazing actor playing all 50 roles.
All 50 roles.
Yes. I will say too, on shortly after, we're going to have a special. Savannah Rep's going to have a fundraising opportunity between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is coming up very soon. That fundraising opportunity for our digital season, as well as the December fundraising offers, will all have price levels that include a free ticket to Christmas Carol live. That's this production we're talking about. So when we put those out, there will be opportunities to buy in at not much more than the ticket price itself to receive many things from Savannah Rep, as well as a ticket to this production, which is going to be beautiful for the whole family. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yes,
so we look forward to your big announcement next Monday, as well as the opening of Christmas Carol on the 28th.
Correct. Yes.
And the third thing is you have two people that are going to be doing a performance that are friends.
That's us.
I can't remember.
Odd Lot. It's Odd Lot this Friday.
Odd Lot this Friday. That's right. Right.
Odd Lot.
I was combining two things. Yes, Odd Lot will be doing On Stage Off this Friday. Guest hosting.
I almost guarantee you Chris Soucy. I almost guarantee you Justin P. Kent. I almost guarantee you no one else, because I haven't looked at the thread in a while.
Well, those two are more than plentiful.
Yes, I almost guarantee you. I better look. I'm not going to say it on the show.
I'm going to say Lynetta.
I don't know that she can. I wish. I'm going to call
that
her.
Makes me angry.
Yeah, maybe we'll have her come in. StreamYard does not work very well from phones. I have learned from our first interview together.
Mm-hmm.
But I may ask if she can just dial in from work. We'll see.
There you go.
Anyway, I have to go drink this.
You have a hard out.
I have a hard out. I have to go drink this cranberry juice. That's definitely cranberry juice.
Yeah. So Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today. You have to do this with me because it is a tradition, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
We'll count to 3 and we will do it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Sit down, freeze!